or call 915-751.
Today's match will be officiated by referee Sergi Lorenzo, assistant referee Ricardo Ocampo, and Tiffany Turpin, and the fourth official is Marco Vega. Fans, please welcome to the pitch for tonight's match, San Antonio FC. Fans, welcome to the boardroom. Home of the North America's longest winning streak at home, and home to El Paso.
Welcome to the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
A big night in El Paso. The Locos are here, ready to take on Copa Tejas rivals San Antonio FC. As always, this behind-the-scenes moment brought to you by GECU. That Copa Tejas trophy will be El Paso's with a win or a draw tonight, and I am sure the Locos want to make sure it stays here permanently. Welcome to the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team pregame show. I'm Duke Keith, joined by Heidi Mocha. And Heidi, a couple of big clinchers for Locomotive within their grasp tonight. Not only Copa Tejas, but a playoff berth in the USL Championship postseason.
Yes, life is good if you are Locomotive FC. So this is where head coach Mark Lowry wanted to be as we wrap up the season. A third consecutive playoff berth if other matches fall Locomotive's way tonight. So the focus is on the postseason, but as Coach Lowry has repeatedly said, he wants to win whatever is in front of them, and tonight it's Copa Tejas.
It is a big-time trophy for Locomotive FC. If they can get a hold of it, it is the Supporters Trophy. Copa Tejas Supporters Group founded. It awards to one of the 4 USL Championship Texas teams, San Antonio FC, Austin Bold, RGV Toros and El Paso Locomotive. These teams play each other 4 times this season, and the team that accumulates the most points during the regular season wins the cup.
So it's 3 points for a win, 1 point for draws, and no points for a loss. So El Paso comes in with 19 points and would only need 1 point to clinch the trophy. Tonight's Copa Tejas opponent, San Antonio, is no longer in the chase for the trophy, but I'm sure they'd like to play spoiler and climb the standings along the way.
A lot to play for if you are San Antonio. A win tonight puts them in 2nd place in the Mountain Division. Colorado Springs has that goal differential, so a draw keeps them in 3rd. El Paso still at the top with only 2 losses on the season. Obviously, Locomotive would like to widen that gap between the 2nd place team and maybe clinch a playoff berth as well, Heidi?
It's definitely possible. So first thing that needs to happen is El Paso needs 3 points tonight to get them up to 54. And Duke, I'm going to give you another reason to root against New Mexico United. If they lose tonight and you look at their remaining schedule, they can only come up with 53 points. El Paso would clinch. The other scenario is Austin losing their match. The Bold's highest potential point total would be 54, ties with El Paso, but the Locos have the head-to-head tiebreaker. So not a bad position to be in with games in hand, but El Paso needs the win tonight for any of that to matter.
Take care of business at home. El Paso looking to make it 22 straight unbeaten here. A possible playoff berth and Copa Tejas title up for grabs. Locomotive FC versus San Antonio FC headed your way next.
Thank you for watching the pre-match show presented by Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Score the best deal on a home with the Brian Bird's Home Selling Team. Visit brianbirds.com or call 915-751-1500.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles for men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/ticket or by calling or texting 915-235-GO. Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Southwest Chiropractic, serving El Paso area and relieving pain for more than 20 years. Not only do we treat auto, sports, and work-related injuries, but we also treat scoliosis, sciatica, back pain, disc injuries, chronic pain treatment, and we even manage stress. At Southwest Chiropractic, our patients are seen the same day. We provide gentle and effective care, and we accept most insurances. Schedule your appointment today and let us relieve your pain. With 3 convenient locations in El Paso, Southwest Chiropractic. Your health is our well-being. Call us today, 915-581-9619.
Welcome to downtown El Paso, a beautiful October evening. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha with you as we get set to kick things off in this big Copa Tejas match. Let's take a look at the starting lineups first for the homestanding Locomotive FC. Of course, the biggest name that you will see changed from normally is Ben Bury in goal for Locomotive.
Yeah, so Ketterer is getting to watch from the bench, while Bury, who started already this season on July 17th versus Vegas, he did get a clean sheet. He is more than capable, and as Coach Lowry likes to say, there's no starters, just Locomotive players. So Bury in to start at keeper for Locomotive.
Also, Yuma back at his normal number 6 role. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. For San Antonio FC, notably, no PC in this match. They usually do very well with him in the lineup. He's not in there tonight.
He's not, but, you know, San Antonio has been on a run and got a win in their last match, but they're on a short turnaround time, so we'll see what they bring tonight.
Right. Locomotive played Saturday night. San Antonio played Sunday, so just 2 days of rest and traveling to El Paso for the visiting San Antonio FC. About ready to kick things off tonight. As you see, Mohamed Abu will get us underway. Can Locomotive earn the win tonight or a draw and clinch Copa Tejas? Early action, and of course they'll want to play it forward to Justin Dillon. As we take a look at tonight's official, Sergei Demyanchuk in the middle. Ricardo Campo, Tiffany Turpin are your assistant referees, and Marco Vega, the fourth, along the sidelines. And already a word from referee Demyanchuk for Matt Boehner. The Locomotive earned a late lead on the road at Colorado Springs, could not hold on to it. I know that last-minute defending has got to be a point of emphasis for Mark Lowry as he comes into tonight, Heidi.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's going to want to hold on to any lead if Locomotive can grab that. We've seen that a few times with Locomotive, but you know, on the road, still to come out away with a draw. I know that Coach Lowry was still happy with that result.
Marcus Epps, nice turn, and San Antonio already earning a corner. Or is it a throw-in? I believe it is a corner. Here we come. And doing the honors, Matthew Desplat.
Everybody's getting a little cozy in the center of the pitch already tonight.
Already, our referee Sergei Demyanchuk has had multiple conversations. Desplat, that's a little short of where I think he wanted to send it. Epps with a touch. Desplat will keep it in play. Served back in, and Mishak Jerome clears away. Another corner. As we take a look at Ben Bury, who is suddenly in some action tonight, Heidi. Earned a shutout, has a clean sheet to his name in his lone start against Las Vegas Lights earlier this season.
He is, and I had mentioned a minute ago, Coach Lowry really believes that there are no starters, just Locomotive players, and he has confidence in all of the players and all of the goalkeepers. So excited to see Bury get some action.
Far post, a foul in the box on San Antonio, and it will be a free kick for Locomotive FC. Desplat a little better on the delivery, but as we take a look at our Southwest University player profile, his lone start for Locomotive this season, the former Reno 1868 starter, former New Mexico United backup, doing quite well. Good pressure applied by San Antonio, early service in the box, and off the crossbar, knocked forward, Epps to rebound. Epps turned away by Borelli. Justin Dillon with a nice kick, just glanced at it, but off the crossbar, and Locomotive challenged early.
Yeah, definitely early pressure on Locomotive, and
so we take a look quickly. At live action here at Southwest University Park, and that's going to be a foul on Locomotive on Macaulay King. Here's your replay. Oh, Justin Dillon, beautiful thought to redirect it. Epps comes down with a rebound. That wasn't Borelli, I think that was Matt Boehner who got a piece of that to turn it aside. Last-ditch defending.
So I know Coach Lowry was glad in the last match to really prevent direct chances on goal in that in the Locomotive's last match. Right now, Locomotive's got to try to lock down and prevent those chances on frame from even happening. But you know, with a lot of the change, and now we've got Yuma back in, but playing at the 6 role, you know, there's just a little bit of adjustments that getting settled. But we know, you know, the home here is known as the Fortress, so I have some confidence that they're going to settle in and be happy to be back at home and sort things out.
Courtney Ford on loan from Colorado Rapids. Little shirt tug on Carrijo. Great thought by Eder Borelli. He knew who he wanted to throw it into. If Carrijo is able to spin and get loose, I think Ford knew what was coming. So the tactical foul, but Locomotive just trying to get a hold of the ball and keep it a little bit. I think defensively speaking, as Carrijo goes down after the deflection off of Abel, hits him in the face. Andrew Fox with the head injury, Richie Ryan with the calf, Sebastian Velasquez with a leg injury. The Texas Tech health report is a little more full than it's been in recent matches.
Yeah, there's, it's a lot of bumps and bruises. It's late in the season, but it's something that Coach Lowry, knows you have to manage, and the players all know they have to manage, and they're going to manage minutes and manage the shift and all of the brutal 9 games in a month. So it's just part of it. Other teams are having to handle that too, and it builds character.
Right. Well, every team has to deal with these things at the end of a season, and we just talked about PC not being in the lineup. I know, very short turnaround. We take a look at how Leandro Carrijo took one right off the honker. Looks like that's never fun, especially point blank. But good to see him smiling on the touchline.
His eyes look a little teary still from getting smacked in the nose, but he needs to come back in and
long ball out of the back. It'll be covered by Dillon, but Mishak able to allow Ben Bury his first touch. Justin Dillon certainly has had some early action for San Antonio FC. There's the target man, and they want to get the ball to him whenever and however they can. Locomotive has usually done a pretty solid job against target number 9s. Justin Dillon, not a shot in his last match. As we take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by the Casa Auto Group. Heidi.
Yeah, so, this is the Locomotive's home field. They have a home field advantage. It is that, incredible unbeaten streak here. Mark Larry said he had wanted the stadium to be a fortress, and it's been just that. San Antonio knows that it's hard to win here, and players and coaches will tell you it doesn't matter, but it's something that definitely can have an impact on the game. Then defend individual players. Nathan and Gallegos, they are good at going forward, especially when they get the ball in the middle of the field, and then they can find the pass to the left or to the right. So Locomotive has to do a good job of taking away what the other team does best, but they have to stay focused the entire match and find those guys, don't let them create things, and manage minutes. We've talked about this the last few matches. The schedule's tough, but El Paso also has some injuries they're dealing with, so keeping guys fresh, figuring out the rotation, but play every match with the expectation of winning, and Lowry, that's what Lowry does. So he's trying to keep everybody ready in this brutal stretch.
Covered by Cardone. Carrijo did well just to get the shot off, but wasn't able to put any mustard behind it. Or tuna, as the case may be, if you've heard his pizza choices. Goodness. Eggs and tuna and corn. Good chest. Down by Carrijo to Aguinaga. Rebellon. Yuma. And out to Maka King. Yuma has it slip away from him a little bit and will recover. Mishak, certainly Locomotive, likes to work it side to side. San Antonio not providing too many openings as they chase Locomotive all the way back to the defensive third.
But a little bit of knocking it around possession.
Certainly helpful after that first minute or two, yes. Here's the redirect by Ben Bury. As you're taking a look, Locomotive just trying to get a little bit of possession, a little teeth in that attack, but right now San Antonio making it pretty tough. Yeah,
San Antonio is just kind of getting after it, and they want to, if Locomotive gets the ball, they want to pressure, and they want to get...
There it goes, turned aside, Bury knocked in for the goal, but the flag is up, it's offside. No, it isn't. Back it goes, that is Justin Dillon. An early goal for San Antonio here in the 10th minute. 1-0, they have the lead here in this Copa Tejas rivalry. And they have been dangerous since the opening kickoff.
They have gone after it and tried to not just put pressure on Locomotive as far as if Locomotive had the ball, but they've had the ball mostly and created just kind of chances to get forward.
Alan Marcina happy with this start. San Antonio on the road gives the visitors the early lead. And Gallego so dangerous. Ben Bury has his first goal against in this rivalry. That's a solid touch by Carrijo, but wasn't able to gather and control.
And Bury had a good save on that, but he had that deflection, and that's where either he needs to keep that ball and not cough it up, and when that does happen, the defenders need to be there. They can't be just the open opponent. Just a focus.
Carrijo, Rebellon, Locomotive. Now working from the equalizer, playing from behind. Not able to possess the ball. Gallegos gets a touch, but so does Jerome on that pass. Well covered by Boehner. Ross recovers. Good pressure by San Antonio, though the defensive pressure I think has been awfully stout. Good outlet. Carrijo cannot gather as King gives him the ball, and another throw-in coming for San Antonio.
Yeah, on that play, did you see how many white shirts were kind of smothering, you know, and closing space and limiting the amount of time you have to play and the options?
Well, and a credit to Alan Marcina, who's done a great job this season. They've had their own serious injury issues, especially through the first third of the season. But Marcina's been able to recover. Lots of loans, you know, working loans back and forth between USL Championship squads, Major League Soccer squads, and he's been able to give this San Antonio side some momentum. 43 points all the way up to third place in the Mountain Division, 12-7-7 coming in.
Yeah, absolutely. San Antonio just got their 4th straight road win, so they have found some success on the road.
That'll be out off of Dillon. To his surprise, he thought Mishak got a piece, but it was Ben Bury. Distribution, Borelli. Locomotive would love to work something up that left wing. San Antonio's provided them no avenues to do so tonight so far.
And at this point in the season, teams have seen each other plenty of times to know what they want to do and what they do well. So they look to definitely not allow that.
Another turnover, Epps. Too far behind him, it'll be Borelli. Wants to stretch things out a little bit. The dish back to Boehner. Long switch here. Locomotive. Luna from Rebellon. The veteran Spaniard, 35 years young. Good to see him back in the pitch after the groin injury. Epps tried to get there. It's a touch by Ross, but a bit of a struggle, and the foul whistled on Aguinaga as he battled with Courtney Ford. Here's Epps. So the opening salvo fired by the visitors tonight in the 10th minute of play. Justin Dillon. We talked about how Locomotive has smothered the target forwards before. That was Dillon's second bite at the apple. No way he was going to miss. Long switch out of the back. There's the thought for Diplon. Didn't quite work out. Goal kick coming for Ben Bury. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select, the official ball supplier of the USL Championship, many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Well, San Antonio giving Mark Lowry a lot to think about in this early going. Good work by Aguinaga to spring it. Carrijo covered well by Yasser Kamiri. And if you're Mark Lowry, what are you thinking? What does Locomotive need to do for Mark Lowry to be a happier camper? Not to say that he's ever truly happy during a match.
Right.
But certainly it's food for thought.
No, I mean, Locomotive has to lock down in the back and create the chances up front and then get that shots on goal. Right now that hasn't happened. But Mark, he's done a great job here with the Locomotive. If they can clinch a playoff berth, it'd be three out of the three of his 3 seasons, all of his seasons here since they've had a team here in El Paso. But their expectation is to be in the playoffs, and If they could also get the Copa Tejas trophy, that would be, you know, he wants to win everything. But just the hard part, he said, has been this season being at the top of the Mountain Division. Every time a team wants to play Locomotive, they want to beat Locomotive. So he's had to find a way to keep his team motivated, being at the top. You know, being at the top, not having any other player, any other team in the Mountain Division to chase after.
Let's say one thing that has really impressed me about Locomotive this season is the mentality. Regardless of where they find themselves in a match, up and down, and it's been a little up and down lately, the mentality is always so strong, and this is a team that finds a way. They're going to have to again here tonight, here in the 16th, about the 17th minute. Targeting up again, Dylan. Well intercepted by Mishak. Yuma, Diego. Locomotive with an opportunity to counter. Diego. They will take their time. Rebellon. Diego. Diego up. Garrido switches it, puts it into the path of Aguinaga. It's kept. Well, Cardone almost kept it in. It'll be a corner kick. Chick-fil-A corner coming for Locomotive FC. Chipped by the defender, Cardone trying to keep it in.
And
the ball crosses the byline.
This seems like, you know, for Locomotive being down a goal, this is where they really need to take advantage of opportunities like this. This is a dead ball play that they're going to have a chance to put that ball in front of net. Who's going to get to it first? Who's going to take this opportunity and finish?
The Scotsman, Nick Ross, to deliver the Chick-fil-A corner. Diego Luna, all the way up and in, rolled out back out by San Antonio. It'll be a Locomotive throw. Diego will do the honors. Or no, he won't.
San Antonio did exactly what they want to do. They want to get relief pressure, get that out of the danger zone. So fortunately, Locomotive has another chance. We're counting on a long throw here from Maka King.
Maka from the touch line. Pretty decent throw, lifted in, headed over the bar, Aguinaga. Nope, it's not even over the bar, still in play. Cleared out by Epps. San Antonio trying to control and counter. Epps into space, and it rolls out on Nathan. Let's take a look at this one again. Rattling around, it's Rebellon with his face redirecting it back into the box. By any means possible, the Colombiano giving Locomotive an opportunity off that set. Well, it's a throw-in.
Yeah, both sides scrambling there to try and get that ball that is dropped in front. That's a great little flick on to get that opportunity, but San Antonio just getting there just before Locomotive can put that onto, hopefully in the back of the net.
Aguinaga nodding that one. Looked like it was over the bar. It didn't even go anywhere close to being out.
But that's what we need to see Locomotive do, is create that chance, make the other think about it, even if it didn't end up being, you know, on goal. It's a chance. Now the other team has to think about, okay, they're starting to create chances. What do we need to do to keep them from equalizing?
Better spell of possession for Locomotive FC. Aguinaga does well to get it out to Borelli. This is well covered by Ford. Uriel started back up the right wing for King. Off Diego. Youngster trying to get a hold of that, allows Nick Ross to get a piece. Good switch by Diego. Borelli to the 18-year-old. It goes nowhere, but good work by Ross to be where he needed to be, and Borelli's able to keep possession.
Absolutely. That was a way to clean it up and not let San Antonio get a chance to create something.
The Locomotive spending a little more time in the San Antonio half now. Worked out left to right magic. Borelli off. And it's out for a Locomotive throw. Well, Courtney Ford taking his time to get there, and it rolled out on him. Yuma, Ross, Mishak. Put into a space. King trying to find Luna, but San Antonio recovers and will knock it out. Foul. Nathan draws the contact. Throw in. Locomotive takes it quickly. Diego. Ross. Boehner. Locomotive keeping the possession now. Mishak to Rebellon. Carrijo gets a chip to it. Aguinaga sees it through, and Locomotive's on the break. Aguinaga across to Borelli. Borelli takes his shot first time, and it's wide.
Nice series of possession and then turnover when Aguinaga gets it forward. Borelli is there, just gets doesn't quite get that strike.
And I guess Aguinaga had a man or two in front of him. He elects to go wide to Borelli. Almost, I didn't know if he knew Carrijo was right behind him, but I'm wondering, maybe the layoff would have worked. Either way, better from Locomotive. Although we get back to your bugaboo, Heidi, shots on target.
On target, yes. I know, it's a broken record. You can't score if it's not on frame.
Good work here again. Ross. That will allow King to run on it. Looking for Carrijo, well covered. Solid defensively by Depla.
And Locomotive, I like they've been finding each other, getting forward, and beating San Antonio to the ball as they've moved from the defensive to the midfield and then into the attacking part of the field. But this is where they need to stay focused and not give that window of opportunity back to San Antonio. Keep the pressure, keep the possession, keep the attack going.
Luna. Diego sidestepping, trying to keep things going. And with Yuma back in his number 6 role, not able to cover that was Nathan. It is where he is normally, the double pivot with Richie Ryan there, the 2 number 6s, but playing kind of the back part of that diamond while Richie Ryan rehabs that injury.
Right, and so Richie Ryan too. Those players, and players can do it that aren't as experienced as them, but what they have brought is they know where the most dangerous areas are. So just a little bit of shift to the left, shift to the right, push up or push back, kind of can clog things or make what the opponent sees as an option just a little too tight, and they might not try to slot it in. And when they do slot it in, if it gets intercepted or turnover, it's just too hot to handle. And if they do it well, you don't really see it too much or appreciate it. But when it's not there, people are just going straight down the middle.
It's interesting, for the second straight match, Leandro Carrijo is able to start for this Locomotive team. San Antonio gets a hold of this. But Carrijo, obviously Mark Lowry, it seems, with Carrijo in the lineup, wants to get that early goal. Well, San Antonio scores the early goal, Locomotive playing catch-up. Certainly you wonder how long the 35-year-old Brazilian will go in this match. You wouldn't expect the full 90, especially with Lucho around. But
yeah.
they haven't been able to get him the ball either.
No, he has, the goals he scored have been incredibly important, and he has embraced.
Knocked on it over the bar, my goodness, huge opportunity again. Justin Dillon key in attack. Matthew Deplon, the trailing player, nodded straight for him, but he couldn't put it on frame.
Yeah, unlucky bounce. Not quite the contact you wanted to try to get, but a good bounce for Locomotive.
He did have to get his leg up to get a piece of that, but steered over the bar.
Yeah, has to get over it to get it down and on frame. But so we were talking about Carrillo. He had embraced a super sub role, but he's getting the chance to try to showcase that on the front end here. He had goal and stoppage time against New Mexico, which we all remember that. Goal versus Austin Bold again, 94th minute. We were already up, but you know, nice to put another one in the back of the net, and then another stoppage time in Orange County to tie it, and then at Colorado Springs in the 81st minute. So he has a knack for goal.
Again, San Antonio from the byline, knocked over. Here's Epps, turned away. Bury the rebound, bounced in, and another goal. Matthew Deplon doesn't miss that time. 2-0 San Antonio.
Yeah, that is, you know, when there's the service is coming and there's only one place they're going, it's right in front of the goal. Yeah, it has to be sorted out and the matchups have to be made. I mean, there's not any way around that.
Great work again by Connor Maloney. Gets to the byline, nods it back, and Locomotive just not able to cover. Well, the home side, if it is going to have a piece of Copa Tejas, if it is going to keep that 21-game unbeaten streak intact, has got some work to do.
And that's something that a lot of players, there is that first touch, you know, was the player in the front of the goal and the opponent, and you watch what happens to the ball instead of just making sure that if there is a rebound, if the ball bounces somewhere else, that the other player isn't there to be able to knock it into the back of the net. But give San Antonio credit for being aggressive and hungry.
Let's take a look. Our Hospitals of Providence goal replay. Again, to the byline. Maloney, service back in. Epps, the rebound given up, and Deplon knew what to do with it.
And a nice initial save by Bury. That's hard to not have a rebound on, but that's where the defenders need to step up and make sure that they are first to that, knock back out into play, not the opponent.
Well, now pressure is on, and Maka King trying to speed things up. Knocked away by San Antonio, off target in the pass. Rebellon looking for something. Whatever it is, he's not going to get it. Here's Ross. Diego. Out to the left wing, and Boretti. Well, an unfamiliar position to the home crowd tonight. Locomotive in eighth notch, looking for something to cheer for offensively. Diego, well defended, but Locomotive worked their way through. Boretti from Rebellon. Service into the box. That is headed clear by Deplon. Good touch by Diego. Ross, Yuma. Deftly done, Yuma. Mishak. King. Incisive. Rebellon, good turn, almost stumbled. Locomotive knocking it around, but they need something in that attacking third. An opening. San Antonio so far not providing, and you've got to think now with a 2-0 lead, not to say that you're going to park the bus, but it's in idle.
Yeah, possession with a purpose. This purpose needs to be to attack to get a goal.
Carrillo makes the back pass, and it is put over the byline by Connor Maloney. It'll be another Chick-fil-A corner kick.
I know I said it before, but dead ball opportunities have to be made dangerous. They have to take advantage of them, especially when you're down 2-0. I mean, sometimes that's the only goals that happen in some matches, and San Antonio cannot be first to service.
Short corner. Diego lifted back to Mishak. to think if Mishak saw an opening, he'd let one through, but to the far post, and that's over. Gross missing on that service. And a goal kick coming. All eyes turn to the Atlantic Division when the USL on ESPN continues. The Charleston Battery travel south, looking to break down a surging Tampa Bay Rowdy side. Catch the action tomorrow on ESPN Deportes. That'll be tomorrow afternoon here in the borderland. Cardoni waits to set things as the fans ready themselves for the Chuco chant. Boy, dreamland for San Antonio FC so far. 30 minutes in and a 2-0 lead on Locomotive FC.
And on a 50-50 ball like that, on a goal kick, Locomotive has to challenge for that or win those balls. That type of...
Here's Epps, rolls it in. Good touch by Boehner and cleared off by Borelli.
That's a nice idea to try to get an early ball across by him and make it dangerous.
That's off of Diego, who is a little upset with the call, but Matthew Deplan gets the touch. Again to Maloney. Maloney dangerous down that left side. He'll roll it back. Nathan trying to get in, the Brazilian. Last touched, they say, by Ross, so it'll be another Chick-fil-A corner coming up. And this is the thing about the game. You can't call timeout. You may be down mentally. May want to talk to your coach. We're done with hydration breaks. It's not that time of the year anymore. You've got to be mentally and emotionally strong. It's one of the things you love and hate about soccer. It is sometimes emotionally exhausting, especially when your team takes a couple of quick shots at the chin.
Right. And you need leadership on the field to make that happen.
Here's the service into the box, headed clear. Aguinaga. Rebellon tries to get that out. Deplan there. Rather, Mitchell Tainter.
And the Locomotive did better in that series as far as they may not have won the service, but there was no clean touch by the opponent. They were able to keep making it just a little bit off, get a little bit bounce, skip over to the next man. And so that's an improvement.
Borelli's foul on Tainter will allow Matthew Deplan to send this one in from the right side for San Antonio. Dangerous area if somebody's able to get ahead or any other contact to the ball. Deplan service to the far post. Overcooked. And a goal kick for Locomotive FC. Well, so far, Locomotive not able to do what they have done to target number 9s before in Justin Dillon, who has a goal and an assist to make it 2-0 to the visitors so far. Here's King, Rebellon. Back to King, who'll boot it long. Good work by Diego. King will launch one up the left wing, and this could be promising. Borelli trying to work his business. San Antonio does well to get back. Locomotive will reset. Off target on the pass. Knocked forward, Carrijo trying to get there. And it'll be Rebellon called for the foul a bit upfield. A bit of a cramping issue, and the El Paso crowd looking for something to cheer tonight. Locomotive just 2 losses in the season, but up against it if they want points from this one.
And one of the two provided previously by the San Antonio team right at the end of the match.
To Gallegos at the edge of the area. Epps to control, trying to sidestep. Good double team. Ross and Boretti. Diego. Carrijo. Aguinaga. Yuma, Spaniard to Spaniard there. Aguinaga. And Yuma, both natives of not only España, but also Madrid. San Antonio with the ball back. Deplan again, and Epps. Joy up that right wing so far tonight. Epps crossed to the far post. Well cleared by Mishak, who leads the team in clearances, but not too far. The deflection. It'll go out for a San Antonio corner. And Dillon again, the danger man for San Antonio.
Yeah, San Antonio's getting service, getting out to the flanks and putting service in. And, you know, when the ball is out at the flank, there is one place they're going to put it. And you have to make sure, if you're on the defending team, that you are going to get on the end of that service.
Deplan, curling in swinger, easily gathered by Bury.
And that's ideal. Have the keeper just get up there, grab it.
Good thing started the other way. Whatever.
Exactly.
Into space for the Eagle. It's going to be a throw in for San Antonio. Diego thought he was able to get a touch. Off of Muhammad Abu. Abu, long switch, looking for Maloney. Maloney's been solid tonight. Take that bounce and gets spilled for his troubles. It stays in play. Trucking away for that is Nathan. Gets the bounce off of Mishak. It'll be another San Antonio throw deep. San Antonio, physical and challenging on the wings, and they've been able to win a lot of those battles down there.
They definitely have. And so Locomotive has, you know, not allowed them to come down the middle, and the less dangerous area should be the flanks, but then they're getting that service into the box and getting the chances on goal in front.
Gallegos trying to turn. That was whistled wide by Abu. A goal kick coming, and you saw the graphic. Mishak, he's added to that clearance total already tonight by 2 or 3.
Also leading the team in minutes with 1,966. So he's had 22 starts and 23 appearances. He's missed 2 matches for international duty. Member of the Haitian national squad.
Led Haiti in caps at one point. Carrillo's trying to plead his case. And the whistle blown from Sergei Damyanchuk. Alan Marcina looking. Wondering what's going on, and Mark Lowry. Never really in the referee's ear much, unless he's completely agitated by something. I never see Mark Lowry barking at a ref.
No, I haven't really as either.
And it will be a free kick for El Paso. A word to the wise for Yasser Kamiri. It's a San Antonio throw-in. Oh no, further back, he's saying. Not from there, Maka. Still too far forward. Further back. Behind the green frisbee. Goodness. Dotting the I's is Sergei Demyanchuk, who has 2 in his first name. Yuma. Maka up the pitch. It's deflected. Dillon's going to give possession back to San Antonio. That'll be a foul. Aguinaga goes down at young Jose Gallegos. Celebrated his 20th birthday about a week and a half ago.
Not too bad.
Well, San Antonio has had a couple of slices of birthday cake so far tonight as we enter the 41st. And here is Abu on the restart. It'll be Tainter pushed out. Tainter back again from Mishak and over the bar. Borelli. Not a soft landing. Little apology from Mitchell Tainter. Nicely done. For the former team captain of FC Juarez Bravos. 3 former Bravos players. Leandro Carrijo. Of course, Aaron Gomez. On the bench tonight, but Locomotive, I think, if Mark Lowry's thinking anything, I think he's thinking of defense right now. Trying to make things better. Although the offense. Oh, that is studs high for Yuma and very dangerous as he takes down Gallegos. He thought he got all the ball, but it's Yuma receiving the caution in the 42nd here. Well, studs high as we take a look at the replay. Let's see. Might be a better angle. Well, certainly going for the ball, but yeah, that foot.
I think he caught the right,
yes,
maybe whole leg before he got to the ball.
Indeed, and the Spaniard picks up the caution. So, Locomotive playing with a yellow card and a 2-0 deficit. 2-goal deficit as San Antonio in the restart here. Headed out by Rebellon, and a foul in the box on San Antonio anyway.
And this is what Locomotive, even in the last series down here, they have to continue to be committed to winning or challenging on any ball, any service, any 50-50 balls. They cannot let down. There's no way they're going to be able to come back if they do not stay committed there.
Naka King up to Rebellon. It'll bounce Carrijo's way. Diego and Yuma. Painter. Borelli. Well worked. Aguinaga earns a throw. Rebellon trying to keep control. It'll bounce to Borelli. High cross. On the bounce, Diego does well to keep it in initially, but wasn't able to corral it.
Yeah, that was a very tough ball. That service was not a friendly service to be on the receiving end of. Good idea, just needs to take a little off it and get a little bit better service for his teammates.
Can't watch the match? Tune in on Sirius XM-FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio. Featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watson, Devin Kerr. That's Tuesday nights, 5 o'clock Mountain. You can also hear live action from the Championship, MLS, Premier League, and more on Sirius XM-FC channel 157 in the Sirius XM app. One of your favorite targets on the road.
I do. I've been on the road for some of my kids' sports, and I put on the XMFC there.
Yasser Kamiri taken down by Carrijo. Whistle for the foul. He disagrees, and so do the Locomotive fans. It's interesting. San Antonio, as you take a look at the discipline report, 333 fouls conceded coming in, 402 fouls, 333 fouls won, 402 conceded. So this is a team that fouls more than they are fouled, although that not necessarily is the case tonight. But I think it might be worth looking as a statistic for teams, as we will have 1 minute of equal living stoppage time.
Well, they're known for being a physically strong, big team, you know, and
Yes.
like to be threatening going forward. And that's what we have seen tonight. And usually if you're big and strong, you know, and try to attack, you pick up some fouls, even if, you know, you're just by the style of play.
On a caution issued, game delaying tactics. That's on Desplan. So Desplan here in stoppage time earns the second yellow of the match, the first for San Antonio. Time wasting just knocked it away from Borelli. Looked at the referee who agreed. Foul. We'll give the ball back to Locomotive, but we are near the end of equal living stoppage time. Quick restart. This may well do it. Boehner, Borelli. Referee might be tempted to give a few more seconds, but only 8, and that's it for the first half. A 2-0 deficit as Mark Lowry and company will need to go to work to try and rectify the situation if Locomotive wants points from this one and a Copa Tejas Trophy presentation. 2-0. We'll be back after this with our GECU halftime report.
Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Why is Ozzy so jazzed up?
Well, the Locomotive is having a winning season, and so are we at Casa Ford.
We're 20-time winners of the Ford President's Award, and it's all thanks to our championship service and savings.
Get 1.9% financing on a new Ford F-150.
And we're passing you more trade-in value than ever before. Trade in and get more.
Score a great deal at El Paso's #1 Ford dealer.
Casa Ford, home of the nice guys and proud supporter of Locomotive Soccer.
Yeah!
Welcome to the GECU Halftime Show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU Online Banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Welcome back. Welcome back to Southwest University Park, and thank you for joining us on the GECU Halftime Show. I'm Heidi Mocha. At halftime, your score is El Paso 0, San Antonio 2. El Paso's first ever trophy is up for grabs tonight. Winning Copa Tejas has been the topic of conversation for us throughout the night, but for head coach Mark Lowry and the team, their expectations are much higher.
It'd be nice to clinch something, put it to bed. One thing off the checklist, but more importantly, it'd be the points to keep on continuing to top our group and wrap that up sooner rather than later.
It's amazing to get the first trophy of the year. Hopefully many more to come, but before that we have to take care of business and get the 3 points, beat them, and fully celebrate in front of everybody.
Golignac hooks that one back in, and it's headed for the second goal.
Anytime you can lift a trophy, it's an accomplishment for sure. But definitely to do that at home in front of our fans, it would give them acknowledgement as well. All the hard work we put on the field, it would be a lot different if we didn't have them in the stands, supporting us and everything like that. So to be able to do that in front of our home would definitely give us a little bit of extra motivation to hopefully, give them a little pride themselves. We're in the pursuit of as many trophies as we possibly can get. So, we're definitely going to go into the game looking to lock that up for sure, get our first trophy, and then kick on to try to get, at least 2 more.
That's kind of the goal right now, keep accumulating points. So, Copates at home in front of our fans will be great. Give them something to celebrate after the game. We'll enjoy that. We'd like to get that done. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. San Antonio have got a lot of talent, but we're going to fight for 3 points, and that kind of knocks off 2 things. It keeps our gap at the top and gets that little trophy that we want.
There's still another half of soccer left to determine whether or not the trophy will belong to the Locos. El Paso 0, San Antonio 2. We'll be back.
Today, as you step onto the field, you step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Hey, y'all. Can we change up the chores?
Sorry. It's up to the wheel, man.
Oh, yeah?
Hey! Change the channel back!
Sorry, it's up to the wheel!
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
You step onto the field. You step into your purpose. You step strong. You step hard. Con toda la fuerza de mujer. You step up.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Your score at halftime: El Paso Locomotive FC 0, San Antonio FC 2. As we take a look here at the GECU halftime report of our scores from around the rest of the league. This was earlier this week, or this weekend. Rio Grande Valley, big 2-0 win over Real Monarchs to keep their playoff hopes alive. Phoenix Rising, a 1-0 win on the road at Orange County SC. Louisville City all over New Mexico United, 3-1 at Lynn Family Stadium in Louisville. And in Oklahoma City, it was San Antonio winning that match 1-0 over Energy FC. And a couple of scores of note as we take a look. Louisville City with that big one. El Paso Locomotive FC going into the standings this evening, leading the Mountain Division with 51 points. Pacing Switchbacks FC, 44 points is where they are. 43 points for San Antonio, which can vault Colorado Springs Switchbacks if they maintain their win tonight. And New Mexico United, 37 points, right now tied with Hartford Athletic, incidentally, at 1 goal apiece, New Mexico United. But in that fourth and final playoff spot. As we take a look at news from around the league, Locomotive FC, dark blue and light blue jerseys now available. They're back in stock. A restock, limited edition, limited supply. You can only get them at the Team Shop at the stadium. Team Shop opens at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, so get yours while you can. USL playoff starts in November. Take a look at the bracket, the USLchampionship.com, for who could be El Paso's first-round opponent. If Locomotive able to maintain that lead at the top of the mountain, who would they face? That would be the fourth place team from the Pacific. If the season ended today, That would be LA Galaxy 2. And Lexington Pro Soccer will begin play in 2023. USL League One currently has 12 teams playing, 28 matches over 30 weeks. League One previously announced expansion teams in California, Colorado, and Washington. That is good for soccer growth, and the USL certainly providing it. As we see the green seats, the GECU green seats continuing things here on our GECU halftime report. We'll be back with stats and highlights when we return.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com.
Wow, you guys are great. Whoa, Tony, that's amazing. I know, can you believe how great these prices are?
Score a new Nissan with game-winning savings at Casa Nissan.
Get a 2021 Nissan Titan with 0.9% APR for 60 months.
Get a championship deal on your new ride at Casa Nissan.
Home of the nice guys and proud supporter of Locomotive Soccer.
Yeah!
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Welcome back to downtown El Paso, Texas. It is Locomotive FC 0, San Antonio FC 2. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha as we take a look on our GECU halftime show at our first half statistics. 2-0. That's the most important one. Total shots. You see San Antonio has been all over Locomotive. Shots on target, that's the one that really counts. 3, but just 1 for Locomotive. Block shots. San Antonio's had a number of those. Passing accuracy, as you would expect, Locomotive excellent in possession. And they've had a lot of that ball in the first half, Heidi, but it's 2-0. San Antonio can just kick back.
Right, and Locomotive's possession has been more in the defensive third and midfield third. They're not getting up in the attacking third as much and creating those chances where San Antonio has gotten the goals. They've had their chances and their run of play in the midfield third and the attacking third, and it shows in the result with the goals on, on the board.
2-0 at the break, but you do have the Hospitals of Providence employee highlight today.
Well, yes. So tonight we featured Tony Venegas. Tony is the nursing director of the Inpatient Rehabilitation Union at the Sierra campus. He is a dedicated nursing leader committed to helping his patients regain their function and mobility and return to the life and activities they love. Thank you, Tony, for the difference you make in our community. That wraps it up for the GECU halftime show. Second half on the other side of the break. El Paso 0, San Antonio 2.
Thank you for watching the GECU halftime show. Manage your accounts 24/7 with GECU online banking, the GECU mobile app, and GECU ATMs. Learn more at gecu.com.
Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium.
Some comebacks are welcome. Others, we can do without. The best way to reduce the risk of a COVID-19 resurgence is to get fully vaccinated. Learn more at reducetherisk915.org and be on the lookout for pop-up vaccination sites in neighborhoods across El Paso County. Let's bring back the things we love, and let's put the pandemic in the past by getting vaccinated. Brought to you by the Paso del Norte Health Foundation and El Paso County.
Locomotive FC offers a wide variety of exclusive experiences, including private party spaces, individual suites, and hospitality areas. Give us a call at 915-235-GOAL for more information and to book your next event.
This is what they're doing.
Welcome back. The score at halftime, Locomotive 0, San Antonio FC 2. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. Not pretty for the home team, let's be honest about that. And it started early. Justin Dillon. Locomotive had done a great job at trying to stop center forwards before, but Dillon on the rebound, able to nod that one home. Such a subdued celebration. I thought it was offside, Heidi.
San Antonio has been getting the road wins, and they expect it.
And Aguinaga off the head. Maybe hint of handball here. Locomotive trying to get something started at Ed Borelli. Just not able to steer that one on frame. And then disaster. San Antonio makes it 2-0. Service along that area. And bounced in. The rebound goal by Matthew Desplat as Bury there to make the initial save, and that was a beauty of a save, but right into the path of Desplat.
Exactly.
Let's take a look at our first half or second half substitutions. A couple for Locomotive FC, and you see one of them standing right there. Aaron Gomez is in for Yuma. Also in, Dylan Maris replacing Jose Aguinaga. Locomotive looking for some playmaking ability, and with Yuma on the yellow card, I think that's probably just a good tactic by Mark Lowry because he knows the Spaniard's going to be in for it with San Antonio on the counterattack.
Yeah, and also recovering from injury, they might not want to push him the full 90.
Certainly. So, about ready to start the second 45. Locomotive, do they have some magic coming toward section 105 and 8th notch in this half number 2? San Antonio certainly will absorb pressure. Very happy, as you saw in the first half statistics, to give the ball to El Paso, which has not been able to find their way forward tonight.
Exactly, and El Paso really, I'm sure Coach Larry said, we need to create chances, take charge, and create goals.
Long throw in here. That'll bounce out. Goal kick. Axel Sjoberg in for Yasser Kamiri for San Antonio at the half, and the big 6'7" former Major League Soccer defender. Certainly a threat on set pieces, and he fouled in Marcina.
And also trying to protect from any potential Locomotive set pieces into the box.
Something else to keep in mind. Certainly Marcina, if he has an opportunity, would love to have a set piece with that dude in the box. Locomotive. That's a foul. Sjoberg making his presence known as he takes down Leandro Carrijo. So the team's allowed 5 substitutions this year, and I think playing a condensed schedule, that is really just well done by the championship to allow that to happen. That seems to be the rule pretty much across the globe. 5 subs instead of the typical 3. As everybody continues to kind of rebound from the pandemic. Here's Maris. Good to see him back in the lineup for Locomotive, and none the worse for wear. Mark Lowry. What do you think he's told his guys at halftime to try and adjust this? Great at making those second half transitions. What are we going to see here? We'll wait. Mark, a great job to get that one into Aron. Great cross by Maka King. Here's Borelli. Far post. Nodded back out. Well done, Connor Maloney.
Yeah, I think that Coach Larry would definitely need them to manage and deny dangerous opportunities, any threats.
Epps all the way through. Bounces one and takes that one. Rips it wide left.
And Ross, overall, he did a nice job there because he slowed him down, made him, instead of being able to take it on real quick, made it predictable, and then he puts the ball across. That really didn't have any real danger to it. But then Locomotive, I like down here, Borelli settling it, playing that ball across, but who was on the end of the ball? San Antonio player. Locomotive have got to find their way on the end of that.
Carrijo to a wide open Maka King. Crossing, delivering. Knocked out by Sjoberg. Maloney. Nathan able to deliver that ball. Maloney is going to be tall for him.
And as soon as King set to prep that ball to serve it, that the tall defender that he dropped perfectly to look for that service and cleared the ball just like I'm sure San Antonio was looking for him to do.
Former Rapids defender. Schubert's been around a while. And certainly you can't miss him. Here's Borelli. He probably gives up about a foot to Paso Schubert. Not that he'll find himself matched up a lot. Great give and go. Aron deflected. Luna. Diego rolls one. And the bounce to Cardone. Well, better from Locomotive to start the second half.
Definitely. I agree with you completely on that. At least being in the area to get a shot on goal. And, you know, Diego, that was just a warm-up for him, I think. Hopefully the next one into the back of the net.
Epps does well. Give and go with Desplat, who is on a yellow card. To the middle. Well done, Desplat. Service is going to roll over. Will it be a throw-in? I think it is. So we take a look at the shot once again. Bounces nicely to Diego, but not able to really, I think, get as much muscle behind it as he wanted to and steer it.
Yeah, Diego's, he is more than capable of placing that shot where the goalkeeper is not. So I'm sure on his next chance he is going to be trying to make that happen.
Brian Rebellon disagreed with the assistant referee and gets a word from our referee, Sergei Demyanchuk, for his remonstrations. Of course, Brian Rebellon among the league leaders in red cards this season with 2. That's certainly not what Locomotive would like. But you take the fire away from Brian Rebellon, you change him as a player. Borelli, nicely played. Up and into the middle, Maris not able to keep possession. Abo able to dispossess. Aron does well to keep it in play. Good battle and wins that cleanly. Versus Epps. Maris shielded well by Gallegos, but is able to step wide. Maris delivery. Touch back in Carrijo. Cardone will grab it before Borelli can get there, but Locomotive you already see infinitely more dangerous in this second half of play.
Yeah, Gomez is a workhorse, and he can be up front and be that, you know, striker to finish it, or he can hold on to the ball, let people ride his back, still maintain possession, and then help create things. And Maris, you know, his touch is like he's got things glued to his feet, so he can create things and just kind of let things happen and get people joining and get everybody forward. So the substitutions so far have definitely made a difference, and Locomotive have to take a little bit more chances. They need to, you know, deny the attacking chance, but what's another goal against if you can't get any on the board? So they're going after it.
Maris with a little extracurricular, and Ford urged to be a little more productive with his feedback by Sergei Demyanchuk. Ford whistled for the foul. Free kick coming. Mark Lowry, don't let the calm demeanor make you think there's anything other but intensity. Cardone just trying to position himself to see where that landed. That looked a little awkward.
It definitely did look a little awkward.
Well, Cardone in San Antonio, what an icon for San Antonio FC, as well as for back in his early days, San Antonio Scorpions in the NASL. He's been around a while, played his college ball in the Alamo City. And back again. That's a foul. Abu colliding and Desplat there as well as break over Aron. how you doing? So the free kick delivered. Ross, that's cleared. Bounces to Diego, but good touch by Abu. He's done well, gives it back again, though. Ross, great job to intercept. Here's Rebellon. In for Carrijo, wide. Oh, a beautiful opportunity, and what a cross. The Brazilian can't get it on frame, but El Paso's number 9 gets ahead to it.
And that was a great ball in and a tough ball to get your head on. The defender jumping kind of still shields you, but he still got a pretty good knock on that ball with his head just barely wide.
Mark Lowry. Matt Williams there saying, hey, let's have a little more of that. USL's elite pre-professional platform, USL Academy, allows clubs to build a pathway to the pro soccer by bringing together local youth players, local youth talent, and helping players transition to the USL senior teams. For more information, visit USL-Academy.com. Locomotives Academy, EPLocomotivefc.com/academy. Doing a great job with Bob Bigney. About ready to come in, Cameron Lindley for San Antonio FC. That ball's given up. Nathan gets the shot, just wide. Nathan powering one. Fury dove for it. Didn't have to touch it in the quick restart. Substitution happening now. And Justin Dillon will come off in favor of Cameron Lindley. So certainly taking off the man with a goal and an assist tonight, as that one did not miss by much.
No, and he pulled the trigger quick on that one. And just a little bit wide.
So Lindley will come on in the 56th minute. Cameron Lindley, 5'9", 165-pound midfielder. Played his college soccer at the University of North Carolina, joining Orlando City in 2018. Chicago Fire homegrown. Had his rights traded to Orlando. Schubert. Cardoniat skips up. That's going to be a Chick-fil-A corner. He apologizes to its teammates. That did not go where the goalie wanted it to.
Yeah, and that was a tough ball for that keeper for most keepers to handle. It was to the side of him, bouncing a little bit.
Chick-fil-A corner coming here is Dylan Maris. Outswing. Far post. Maka. In! Maka King gets Locomotive back, and with Matt Boehner diving, misdirection for San Antonio FC at the back. Locomotive within one.
And the other part I liked about that corner is you see where 44 is for San Antonio. He was camped out right in the middle. The service was to the far post past him so that he couldn't factor into that challenge on that ball.
It goes all the way through. As we take a look at our Hospitals of Providence goal replay, Matt Boehner basically shielding Cardoni from it. And we have an injured player. I believe that's Mishak. Matt Boehner calling for Ricardo Ruiz, our Texas Tech nod to the dock. Ricardo Ruiz standing by, Mishak taken down, and he's holding the back of his leg, which is never a good sign. And now Ricardo Ruiz will come on. Locomotive, eighth notch is cheering. They've got one back. But Mishak still lying face down on the pitch on the other side.
Bringing a little bit of life back into the crowd tonight with that goal down in front of all of eighth notch.
They're partying on a Wednesday. They might be feeling it on Thursday. I don't think they care too much. It's Maka King. It's Locomotive within one. I still see some of those Rico beards out. That is really great. Fans not in section 105 enjoying themselves here in El Paso tonight as well. And it appears Mishak is coming off. And coming on to replace him will be number 22, Cole Turner. The veteran Haitian. That does not look comfortable and does not look good. Cole Turner on loan from Philadelphia Union. In to replace Mishak. Officially the 60th minute. Mishak gets the applause from the crowd, but still being tended to behind Ben Beery and net for Locomotive FC. And Turner, the big man from Churchville, Maryland. Just 20 years of age, but has certainly shown himself to be adept. Didn't look uncomfortable either in the match he played here in El Paso or on the road versus Colorado Springs.
Yeah, he seemed to see how to play with Locomotive, and
referee couldn't step out of the way in time, so Demyanchuk will give the free kick. Drop ball.
The referee is part of the game, and he just needs to let it play on. It's in this middle third of the field. It's not.
Let's take a look. Sergei Demyanchuk trying to get out there. He thought he could bounce over the ball. I guess he didn't have the hops he thought.
None of us do we?
Amen to that, sister. Turner. Ross gets the deflection for a Locomotive throw-in. Well done by the Scotsman. Certainly Locomotive just has so many of those players, whether it is Nick Ross or when they're healthy, Yuma, Richie Ryan, just have that slight touch. They know exactly what needs to be done in game situations, especially when you get down to the nitty-gritty. This time of the year cannot be overestimated. Experience. Skied by Lindley. Locomotive able to nod that forward. Back, that's Boehner. And a foul. Dangerous. The yellow card is out. Locomotive players getting all after Matthew Diplon. The yellow card is out. Who is it coming for? Well, if it's Diplon,
that would be number 2, wouldn't it?
It's his second of the night. He's done. And it is on Diplon. And that should be a red card unless the first yellow was on somebody else. Well, definitely Diplon with the takedown of Aron. And that was with force. But my thought was that Matthew Diplon got the yellow card earlier in the first half of play. In the 45th minute.
So who
it must
booked?
Have been on someone else. For time wasting. Either way, Locomotive wasting no time, and another foul. The first yellow, my apologies, was on Courtney Ford for the time wasting. It was not on Diplon. So, adjust your scorecards accordingly.
So Diplon has one more to give.
Right. Well, there's San Antonio perfectly content now to slow down the proceedings. With Locomotive on the comeback trail, certainly they can sense the momentum coming El Paso's way. What does Locomotive need to do to see their way through this?
Locomotive is taking the bait, for lack of a better way to describe it. San Antonio is trying to disrupt the game, put in those hard fouls, and Locomotive is kind of, getting upset with that. They just need to keep a level head and continue doing. It's San Antonio's undoing if they can just keep their head on them.
Marish, speaking of getting ahead to it, Matt Boehner did. That goes wide. What a ball, though, from Dylan Maris all the way through, and a free header. I think Matt Boehner's going to be disappointed that didn't end up a little better.
But Locomotive needs to just keep a level head, not, like I said, not get poached in, not take the bait to retaliate potentially, and then have it go against them and give San Antonio a chance to take advantage of that.
It's King. Drawing the foul of Rebellon. Gallegos.
There's definitely a lot of contact being allowed, especially in that, between those two right there.
That's not a bad way to put it.
Had to think, how could I say that?
Third goal of the season for Maka King, getting Locomotive within one, but still plenty of work to do. Ross draws another foul. Or is it over the line? Nope, the foul drawn by Nick Ross. Rebellon trying to work his way through for possession. Good job by Turner. Against a double team. Borelli and Diego. Diego sees his way through Aron by his man, but wasn't able to get onto it.
Just almost, Diego slips that through, and Gomez can almost just slip by his defender and get to that.
Just went right around Courtney Ford like a pylon, but could not get on that frame, get on the ball. He knocked back out by Abu. Other matches we are keeping track of tonight. New Mexico United and Hartford Athletic tied at 2 in Albuquerque. Austin Bold leads Tacoma 1-0 in Austin, Texas. The long throw in. Knocked out by Schubert. It'll be a Chick-fil-A corner coming up for Locomotive. Chris Lima about ready to come in for Matthew Desplant, and that's probably good by Alan Marcina. The same reason Yuma's gone from the lineup. Probably the reason Desplant's night is finished. Shortly, but not before the corner kick. Chick-fil-A corner. Dylan Maris takes it short for Diego. To Maris. Floats one, far post, too far. And here's the sub. So Lima in for Matthew Desplant. Desplant, the 30-year-old, giving way to the 25-year-old Lima, a 5'10 midfielder. Come on, ref, I'm just enjoying myself on the way out. Every soccer player knows how to milk that clock.
And the official knows how to add time at the
yes,
at
he
the
does.
end.
Indeed.
Oh, goodness. But on that series for the corner kick, Maris just doesn't quite get that service how Locomotive needs it. And they need to take advantage of those opportunities, at least get some dangerous chance in front, make San Antonio work for it.
It's well done by Turner to get possession back for Locomotive. Trying to keep a hold of it here. Aron Gomez. Well done to Maris. Good turn in Ross on the front foot. Nick Ross. Rebellon. Back to that left peg. Floats it far post. Knocked back in Carrijo. Nobody in blue until Ross. Diego skies it. Again, the Locomotive looking dangerous here in this second half of play.
Nice ball started with that service across by Rebellon. And Gomez unselfishly putting it back across the goal because he was at such a not the best angle.
Well done. Good team play around the area. There's the restart for Cardone. Join USL in celebrating Hispanic Heritage Month through October 15th. Visit uslsoccer.com/Hispanic-Heritage for exclusive content and stories that celebrate members of the Hispanic community that have shaped the USL. Locomotive win a throw-in. Borelli. I think that went where he wanted it to. Rolled up on Abu. And knocked off of Diego's arm. It'll be a free kick.
Which it slowed the San Antonio from trying to get forward, and the Locomotive could get set. So unintentional, but kind of to Locomotive's advantage, I think.
Abu, the former Rayo Vallecano man, Lorient, Sturm Gotset, Columbus Crew, he's been around. Spent time with a little bit of time with Manchester City as well, and their organization anyway. Solid work defensive midfield player. Here's Gallegos trying to thread a needle. Rebellon, that's off of him. Throwing coming for Lima. Headed for the 71st minute. Locomotive still looking for that tying goal. Epps dealt with well by Maris. Haven't called Epps' name a lot in this second half, have we?
No, and that is definitely been part of the success for the Locomotive in getting forward and managing the threats that San Antonio's has had.
Lindley, as Aron draws the foul. Well, too far ahead for Rebellon, trying to keep it in. Roll away. So if you're Locomotive FC, things have settled in a little bit. Where are you trying to deliver that ball? What are you trying to do?
So Locomotive is you know, I feel like their possession has been much more with a purpose of attacking and getting forward this half. They've done a good job of that, and they need to keep their foot on the gas. San Antonio has, obviously they've managed their attack and they haven't gotten forward as much. But now that Locomotive are pressuring, and then finally stole the goal and still continue to pressure, they need to get back in that mindset and find those chances and push the opportunity. You know, I know they've had to adjust with Mishak coming out, but they've made some good adjustments.
Diego, great turn to roll loose that allows Maris to come through. Maris, a Sebastian Velasquez type turn to get loose. A little further, Ross. Maris, Borelli, leaves off for Diego. Borelli, the chip ahead. Cleared, but only for Ross. In for the goal, Nick Ross. Tied at 2, Locomotive with life here in the Sun City.
He's had a couple balls dropped him outside the top of the box that weren't really on for shots that he laid off. This time, he finds a way to get that on frame and just enough on it to get past the goalkeeper's touch.
Cardone gets a piece, but it dribbles in at the near post. The Scotsman Nick Ross with his 3rd goal this season. And now our referee, Sergei Demjanchuk, is going over to the San Antonio bench.
What a tale of 2 halves.
The 4th official, Andrew Gage, has called referee Demjanchuk's attention to something. A little word of warning. As we take a look at our Hospitals of Providence replay, Nick Ross 2 touches, and it's in the back of the net. Locomotive, as it stands with things tied, would take home Copa Tejas. But certainly with all the momentum, they want to continue pushing forward, don't they?
Yes. Do not let up. And be disciplined to still defend and lock down the attack for San Antonio.
San Antonio will waste a couple of more seconds getting things started. It is a verbal warning to San Antonio's bench. No cards issued. Nathan, the Brazilian, certainly knows how to cook things up. Well done, though, by Locomotive. They'll win it back. Bounces a little too high. Dylan Maris gets a word from a referee. Well, the fans everywhere here at Southwest University Park, happy so far. That's a cross by Epps, scuffed. Gallegos deflected, and that's off of Cole Turner's head.
And that's what you got to do when a player that is talented and can shoot like that. You need to close space quickly,
Gallegos.
right away, and immediately. And that's what he does to end up blocking that and getting a deflection, a defensive deflection.
Ross will be whistled for the foul as he takes down Nathan. San Antonio will certainly take their time here. 15 minutes in stoppage time to go. El Paso back to 2 apiece. Certainly Alan Marcina electing to take off Justin Dillon with the goal and the assist tonight. Content with a 2-2 draw for his purposes. That's delivered far post. With Axel Schuberg, you don't know. Gallegos is going to sky that, trying to take it off that volley.
Now, you know, Epps is still on, and Epps has a goal or an assist in 6 of the last 9 matches for San Antonio. So he is still on the pitch and can be a threatening.
Lucho Solignac about ready, looks like, to come on for Locomotive FC. He's getting some last-minute instructions from Matt Williams. The restart from Ben Bury. You feel for the kid. 10th minute goal. The rebound spilled, as the second one was as well, after an amazing stop. Let's point that out. That was an incredible athletic save, but bounced right into the path of Deplan, who couldn't miss.
And goalkeepers usually take the brunt of the blame for goals, but there's usually some other breakdown on the field that contribute to, whether it be the defense, defenders, midfielders. It's usually clean sheets are a team effort, and goals really are a team breakdown. Usually.
Rebellon will switch it. Aron trying to get there. He tried to keep it in play to no avail. But Aron and Dylan Maris, how much have they affected the turn of this match here tonight?
That they have been instrumental in having this game be a different second half. Their ability to connect and to hold the ball and allow, absorb any pressure from San Antonio and let the Locomotive get forward and just create something on attack.
The maestro, Alan Marcina of San Antonio FC. Solignac, the former San Antonio FC player, who has scored twice in other matches between these two teams. About ready to come on. Locomotive will have it. Here's Diego. Good cover by Turner again. He's been another key addition. Diego. Carrillo. A little too far back. Diego keeps it moving. Rebellon. Far post off the bar. Good work by Boehner to keep a hold of that. Aron. Borelli. San Antonio not out of danger yet. Boehner missed on that. Great work by Borelli. Can't keep a hold. Good takeaway by Abu. Locomotive will get it back. Rebellon. The switch to Borelli.
Rebellon, what a strike off the woodwork there he just had. Whew.
Trying to get it to Carrijo, but with the 6'7" frame of Axel Schuberg nearby, that's going to be hard to do. Rebellon. Turner. Maris to Borelli. Cole Turner will have a go. Just wide of the frame. The 20-year-old. Let's take a look at Rebellon's effort again. He did not miss by much. Great work by Diego to keep a hold, and first time off the crossbar.
He saw that upper 90 and the side netting, and it just caught that rounded crossbar.
Brian Rebellon, whose jersey is a shade darker than just about everybody else's on the pitch, has put in a shift tonight. Ricardo Ruiz, our Texas Tech nod to the doc. We see Cole Turner taking a bow.
You get to see what kind of range he has, what his striking distance looks like. Just a little bit wide, but nice pace on that ball.
Well, Ricardo Ruiz coming on probably means Brian Rebellon will have to come off. But Rebellon has certainly put in an effort tonight. And he's having a little trouble getting off the pitch. Well, as good as the news has been in the second half for Locomotive, it has been bad from the standpoint that Mishak is gone from the lineup. Rebellon, don't know how well he is, as we are about ready to see the substitution. Ricardo Zacarias will be on to replace Brian Rebellon. So a couple of injuries for Locomotive and key players too. Here in the 81st minute, Brian Rebellon's night is done.
Zacarias has some fresh legs for us for this half.
Certainly Locomotive can push forward. Zacarias, he has some pace too.
And Diego is wanting to get a strike on goal. Leading up to Rebellon's shot, they kept giving going, and they kept giving it back to him. He thought he was going to see that opening, and finally slotted it out to Rebellon and almost putting the Locomotive up. But Diego wants it.
Certainly he does. You see Richie Ryan on the bench, listed as an assistant coach, which he in essence is, whether he's on the pitch or not. Nodded back in. Carrijo trying to steer it. Good work again by Turner, but Diego not able to steer it to somebody in blue. Maka King draws the foul. Nathan and King coming together, and Nathan will receive the yellow card here in minute 82.
And the second half has not, I'm sure, gone the way San Antonio had expected after that first half coming out of halftime. That can make you a little bit frustrated, and that's what we're seeing, a little bit of frustration now with the game being even.
Nathan, a pretty clear whack at Maka's knee. Throw in coming for Locomotive. Well, we thought Carrijo wouldn't go the full 90, but it's pretty close. And he's still showing his worth out there. All-time leading goal scorer for Locomotive's sister club, FC Juarez Bravos.
He has earned the attention that he gets from opposing defenses.
Scored what everybody thought might be the match winner versus Colorado Springs late in that game up in Colorado Springs. The own goal makes it a 1-1 affair, but Locomotive taking points again on the road. Offside flag is up. Locomotive with a free kick. King the restart quickly to Borelli. Borelli ahead to Aron. Aron is loose from his man. But too loose from the ball, and Schubert will deposit that. Locomotive still pushing, though. They want the full 3 points to get back on the winning track. Carrillo. His jersey's a little darker, too.
He's going to get the long throw.
Carrillo. Excellent work. That's knotted out by Schubert. Zacarias gets a touch. Maris turning, trying to keep it. It's knocked. It'll be Diego to bring it down. Diego! All he needed was a deflection.
He was hungry. He was hungry. You could see that. That is what he wanted. Any chance he could get. But you know, Zacarias kept that ball from getting into San Antonio's possession shortly right before that to keep it alive for Locomotive. What a nice little strike just outside of foot into the side netting. What a terrible angle, and what he made of it is amazing.
Unbelievable Diego Luna, the 18-year-old, taking a star turn tonight. 3-2 Locomotive all the way back. Another late goal for Mark Lowry's squad, and a completely different second 45 compared to the first 45.
And this is still, I'm going to say it again, this is when Locomotive needs to stay disciplined, continue to push forward, keep managing San Antonio's potential threats.
San Antonio leading 2-0. Up 2-0, but now down by a goal. Here is Gallegos. Service pushed out, well done.
Zacarias is committed to get to that ball.
As we take a look at our Hospitals of Providence replay, how clutch is that young man?
That goal is, I mean, if Locomotive can hold on here and get those 3 points and come from behind victory like that, that is just, that's a gamer. I mean, have that kind of confidence, that kind of hunger, that kind of drive to make that play and get that goal. Diego is just putting on a show tonight.
Diego, his race is run. It will be Lucho Solignac coming on to replace Diego. And what a swap there, like for like. One leading goal scorer for the other, as Diego has equalized Lucho Solignac, the top Locomotive's score chart, with his 7th of the season. And here's Gallegos trying to hamper him. Still through. That's a handball. Touched. Bury with a save. Thought that bounced up on Nathan. It was not called. It does not matter. More importantly for Locomotive. But San Antonio showing the danger. And Locomotive again trying to prevent a late goal. That has been the bugaboo on the road for this team.
It has in the last run of games for Locomotive. So if they can come from behind and pull off the win and not have a late goal against, it could be big.
Lucho called for the foul on Lima, of course going up against his former team. That'll be a free kick. Zacarias takes down Shandon Hopial, who's checked in. So here's the restart. Cameron Lindley. Locomotive needs to watch themselves on these free kicks. Service to the far post. They're looking for Schubert, who's whistled for the foul as he takes down Zacarias. They were certainly looking for the big man.
They were.
just for a knockdown. Put it back inside the 6, but the foul will negate that.
And in the first half, any 50-50 ball was San Antonio's, but this second half, it's been Locomotive, Locomotive, Locomotive.
You just said that 3 times. That's exactly right. Locomotive has come all the way back from a 2-0 deficit. If the fans were happy with the tie, they are over the moon with the way things have been going. Now, about to enter the 90th minute. There'll be a foul on El Paso. San Antonio. Good bounce from Maloney. Maloney well handled. Solid work by Aron checking back. Defensively and offensively, he's almost like a box-to-box midfielder.
Oh.
We're going to apparently have 5 minutes of equal living stoppage time. So hang on to your seats. Focus is key for this Locomotive squad.
That's what they have had in this second half, so we're counting on them to continue to close it out and stay strong and be focused for every single minute, regardless of how much is
There's
put
the
on
signal.
the clock.
5 minutes of equal living stoppage time. San Antonio certainly happy with that. But Locomotive, mentality has been the order of business for this team all season long, especially here at the Fortress. Can they hold serve over the final pieces of stoppage time? Zacarias does well to control. Ross, King, looking up front for the fresh legs of Lucho, who will get there. Lucho has it off the back heel, and he's disappointed. Tangling a bit with Lima, who did well. Quick restart. Courtney Ford. Cam Lindley. Back to Ford, who will get the cross. Lima. Here's the shot, gathered by Bury. Goal. Gallegos did very, very well. Under pressure from Locomotive and the young San Antonio star. Just turned 20, as we said earlier. Puts a second shot in, but straight at Ben Bury.
Right, but he has, I like him as a player. I think he creates a lot for San Antonio and makes things difficult for, in this case, for Locomotive today. And
Ben Bury way off his line to keep that one moving.
Way out. But Gallegos, I think, is a dangerous player to watch out for when, you know, for any opponent. You have Gallegos, Epps, and Nathan, you know, always causing havoc for opponents.
Finalist for USL Championship Young Player of the Year just last season. 20 years old, from San Antonio, been a part of the SAFC Academy. Schubert keeps it moving. Cardoni almost spills. Ross to take advantage. Carrijo can't get a square. Can't get it squared, but here is Turner. Puts it wide, and I think he's a little disappointed. Trying to find Aron.
All the players just need to get that touch that settled, that Dylan Maris or Diego Luna touch.
Indeed.
Oop, right to the ground.
Here's Schubert. Axel Schubert will leave off for Epps. One of his few touches in the second half. Epps looking to play it forward. Well done, but Locomotive will not clear. Epps to gather up the ball. They found a way to get it to Nathan. We're hearing Chapa Herrera is about ready to come in for Dylan Maris. Borelli, run it back, and it's a goal! Straight forward out of the back, Courtney Ford ties the match at 3 in the 94th minute.
Locomotive, you know, San Antonio was trying to put some pressure on and did not want to give up.
What service to Courtney Ford. On loan from Colorado Rapids. Got the inside position on Adair Borelli and puts it into the far post.
That was a header from pretty far out, and he had just attacked the ball, and, you know, it was just driven past Fury into the net.
Good work here by Zacarias. Here's Maris. Maris, the shot scuffed and controlled by Cardone. Maris will not come off. We're hearing the sub is off. We're into the final minute of Eco Living stoppage time. That did take a deflection off of Ford. But Cardone able to get a piece. Here's Bure. Borelli. Borelli service long, nodded forward Carrijo. Maris swings one, far post. It's over the head of Lucho Solignat. Zacarias to keep it in play. Zacarias sees a turn, gets wide by Epps. Great work. Epps gets a handle on it. They want a foul, but that is going to do it. The final score, El Paso Locomotive FC 3, San Antonio FC 0. Sergei Demyanchuk whistles play over as Locomotive fans thought they might have had one last free kick. It is not to be, but Locomotive FC wins Copa Tejas with the draw tonight.
They do. That is an accomplishment. Brought the Copa Tejas. I would have liked to see, I thought there was a play ongoing there, and then a call, a free kick that might have been called if he did not get around him cleanly, but the officials thought otherwise.
So Locomotive will certainly be disappointed after the second half effort to finish with 1 point, but it does give them Copa Tejas. The Fortress remains the Fortress, 22 matches unbeaten. Well done for Locomotive FC. We'll come back for the post-game show when we return.
Nitro Circus is back for 2021 with the action-packed You Got This tour coming to El Paso Saturday, October 23rd. Top athletes in FMX, skate, BMX, scooter, and more. Are you ready to get this party started? Throwing down huge world's firsts off the biggest ramps in action sports with more crazy contraptions, more insane stunts, more high adrenaline fun than ever before. El Paso, get ready to put your hands in the air. We're coming to Southwest University Park this October 23rd. Get your tickets now at nitrocircus.com. Locomotive FC has gone Adidas. Brand new official Locomotive gear in the 3 stripes is available, including the 2021 jerseys and new styles from men, women, and children. With unique colors and styles, there's something for everyone. Shop online at locomotiveteamshop.com or visit our team shop located at the stadium. Don't miss a second of the Locos in action by getting a seat to every match. Buy your tickets now at eplocomotivefc.com/tickets or by calling or texting 915-235-GO.
Welcome back. Your final score, Locomotive FC 3, San Antonio FC 3. Duke Keith along with Heidi Mocha. Let's send it down to the pitch for our estrella of the match. Take it away.
We're down on the field with tonight's estrella of the match, Diego Luna. Make some noise, Locos. Diego, your goal was huge tonight. How are you feeling?
I feel good, and I'm fortunate to get the tie, but I'm glad I got to help my team, and that's all that matters.
The Locos just won the 2021 Copa Tejas Trophy here at home. How big is it to do that in front of these fans?
It's amazing. You know, I don't think the fans understand how much they help us on and off the field. You know, seeing their support everywhere just gets us excited for every home game, and coming back to play home in front of you guys is amazing.
There were multiple injuries coming into tonight, but everyone stepped up to the plate. How special is this team?
Yeah, you know, this team, it's a team with, you know, 22 players, 22 starters, you know. Whoever is injured or whoever's on the bench, they come in and make an impact, what lineup we start with. And I think that's going to help us in the long run.
Do you have a final message for the fans here at Southwest University Park tonight?
Unfortunate with the tie, but let's enjoy that Copa Tejas. Come on, boys.
Congratulations. Thank you, Diego.
Thanks very much, Elizabeth Vega. 3-3 your final score, Diego, with the goal that sent Locomotive ahead late, 3-2 off. All he needed was the side of his right foot, Heidi. Incredible. So we take a look at some of our highlights tonight. As Diego's right here. This, just a great effort as he takes the big man on. All he needed was the side foot. 2 touches and it's in.
Yeah, I had mentioned he was hungry. He wanted it, he saw that, and he was going to do what he could to get around him. Just needed an inch, and he took it.
His 7th goal of the season, that ties him with Lucho atop the leaderboard as we take a look at our GECU save of the match. Ben Bury called into action a couple of times this evening. And an important intervention here against the young man, Jose Gallegos. Solid effort for Locomotive's backup keeper. And our physical play of the match. Before we get to the fun stuff, let's take a look and see what we have here. Fans of the 8th Notch are waiting for this. Physical play, it's against Omar Epps. Nice nod to Gallegos and the Scotsman, Ross, combining with Borelli. Pretty solid effort tonight.
Yeah, good little takeaway there with matching physical play with physical play.
But right there, gathered in front of Section 105, is what we have all been waiting for. Copa Tejas, the fan-delivered, fan-created trophy from right here in the USL Championship. There is one awarded to the MLS teams, but that doesn't concern Locomotive FC. For the first time, it is changing hands. It was not issued last year at all. It is coming to El Paso. Austin Bold won it in year 1. El Paso certainly hoping to keep it around for a while. As we send it to Chris Babcock, our stadium announcer, for the presentation of Copa Tejas.
It's time for your Copa Tejas trophy ceremony. Please welcome co-founder of Copa Tejas, Steve Arters.
Hey, El Paso, how you feeling tonight? Hey, on behalf of Danielle and I, we just want to say, listen, we love being here tonight. We want to congratulate all 4 of the Copa Tejas teams for a great season, and especially El Paso and San Antonio for the performance they put on tonight. Let's hear it. Let's give them a round of applause. As many as you may know, we started Copa Tejas in 2019. We're a supporters-driven cup. It's all about the supporters community, all 4 corners of the state. We're so glad that El Paso was back in Copa Tejas after 2020. It's been great. There's only been one other Copa Tejas champion. So we're witnessing history tonight. And Copa Tejas is for the best team in your league in Texas, whether it's USL Championship or MLS. And after tonight's win, El Paso Locomotive is the 2021 Copa Tejas champion. Supporters-driven cup, so I will give the cup to 8th Notch President Larry Durbin. and we'll start the celebration.
Fans of the 8th notch get to raise that supporters cup. Here in El Paso, Texas, it is special, and of course it'll be presented to the team as well. They're the ones who won it for these fans, but to have a fan-driven trophy, it is very much about the supporters groups. Out around the state of Texas, certainly 8th notch, one of, if not the most passionate in all of the USL Championship.
Absolutely, and 8th notch, they really are like a 12th man on the field for Locomotive.
The two team captains, Yuma and Richie Ryan, in street clothes such as it is, will raise the cup with Leandro Carrijo and Locomotive FC. Your 2021 Copa Tejas champion, El Paso Locomotive FC. Very nice, and on cue, a Locomotive making its way by Southwest University Park gives us a little horn here tonight. Leandro Carrijo has been so key for this Locomotive squad all evening. Of course, Locomotive FC able to take that star turn in front of section 105 and 8th notch, but Heidi, it's these moments you want to make. Certainly Locomotive not going to be content with the supporters group trophy. They want something a little heavier, a little bigger, and something that might come in December, but right now feels pretty good to march off the field. Leandro Carrijo, I think he's going to keep it.
Wait, yeah.
That's hilarious. As we take a look at the Brian Birds moving into the next match, brought to you by Brian Birds' home selling team. The fans happy here in El Paso, though it was a 3-3 draw. But into the next match that will be on the road this Saturday night, 6 p.m. You can watch it on ESPN Plus in Tulsa versus FC Tulsa, as Locomotive tries to get back on that winning track. And then, of course, a week from tonight, it's back at home, a big one versus Switchbacks FC. That's going to be a very interesting one and a very key match as well. Locomotive still trying to wrap up the playoff berth and get its postseason disentangled, but goes a long way toward that with a great, let's not overemphasize or underemphasize the importance of a big come-from-behind draw.
Well, so FC Tulsa is currently in a playoff spot in the Eastern Conference Central Division and should be a quality opponent as FC Tulsa looks to secure the third spot in that division and maybe a little bit of revenge, too. Because remember that El Paso defeated FC Tulsa last year in PKs in the first round of the playoffs, but Tulsa has been good this season. They got off to a really good start, winning their first 3 matches and cooled off a bit since then, but they do have quality wins against RGV and even Louisville City FC. So it should be a good test for El Paso.
And then, of course, a week from tonight, as you're seeing highlights of Switchbacks FC. The final score here from Southwest University Park, it is Locomotive FC coming from behind. A 3-3 draw versus San Antonio FC tonight. For all of the fine folks behind the scenes who helped us put this one on, for our producer Juan Gutierrez, our director Cesar Ruiz, for Heidi Mocha, I am Duke Keith. We'll see you here in a week. Until then, Locomotive 3, San Antonio 3. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.